Hey guys, welcome back to the Kool-Aid Podcast. Welcome back to Season 2, Episode 137. On today's episode, guys, we're going to be giving you the full Lionel Messi situation. It's been confirmed. Lionel Messi is going to be leaving PSG at the end of the season. Guys, remember, I post a link on Twitter at Kool-Aid Podcast 10. Anytime you guys ever want to join, just like move your mouse, click on the link, and then you'll be able to join. Give your thoughts, comments, and discussions. For today's episode, we're going to be talking about the Messi situation. But let me introduce my co-hosts for today, both Alex and a new host, Ricky Torres. Guys, say what's up.
Hey, guys.
Good afternoon.
Okay, good afternoon. What are you, bro? But guys, let me share my screen real quick. Let me show you PSG's statement. Well, this year at Khalifi, this is his statement. I would like to thank Messi for his 2 seasons in Paris. It was a pleasure to see the 7-time Ballon d'Or winner here, the 2-time Ligue 1 winner, and the inspiration for our young players. His contribution to PSG and the league cannot be underestimated, and we wish Leo and his family all the best for the future. Those were the words from PSG's president and from Messi. These are the words. Thanks to the club, the city of Paris, and its residents for these 2 years. I wish them the best in the future. So those are both Messi's and PSG's president's statements on Lionel Messi extra. And the question to you guys, what do you guys make of Lionel Messi's time at PSG, like throughout the 2 years? Like, well, what do you make of that?
Yeah, so I honestly think it hasn't been the best point of his career. I mean, he's definitely not in his prime anymore, so we didn't see him at his best. But also, I feel like the
World Cup winner.
Yeah, well, World Cup winner, right? But I'm saying like
most decorated player in history. Continue.
Oh, yeah. No, you're right. But my point is, we didn't see him in his prime, and also he was
most league titles.
He was also in a team that's obviously got very little chemistry.
Most goals and assists.
It's known as a super team, right? Because they have Neymar and Mbappe as well. But you know, overall the chemistry was terrible and terrible defense overall. So I don't think it was the best 2 years of his career, but you know, at least he won the league and he'll surely win the Ballon d'Or now. So I don't think it was bad. If I were to rate this last 2 years for him, I'd probably give it like a 7 out of 10 or like a 6.5 because it wasn't anything crazy, but it wasn't bad either. It was whatever.
I mean, in this time, like where he played at PSG, he won 2 more league titles. He won like I think 3 trophies in total for PSG. I believe it's like the equivalent of the Supercopa de España, the Champions Cup. He won the 2 League One trophies. You know, like PSG didn't do that well in the Champions League, of course. But PSG, like in the Champions League, like they've been a joke like throughout the.
Yeah,
they're called LSG for a reason. Like
it's a chronic issue for them to
exactly. It's not like, hey, Messi is like was like destined like to bring them to the Champions League. No, this guy was signed on a free. He didn't want to come to PSG in the first place. So this entire time was just Messi. Hey, let me show up. Let me use your training facilities. Let me get ready for the World Cup. Get the dub there. Let me dunk on France, and then right after, let me just go and just dip and what's it called and go back to Barca. But it was that simple.
I mean, I really hope the Barca thing is true, but yeah, he basically he made Mbappe his son. To be honest,
it was truly disappointing. It was truly a disappointment.
and we're hearing this from a Mexican fan who got dunked on by Messi.
You know,
are we going to mention that how in the World Cup there was a 2-0 victory? I saw Messi do like wait, hold on. Let me actually find the picture of Messi.
It's okay because at the end he ended up winning the trophy. You know what I've always said when I play a video game is if you beat me, at least be the person to win the game, bro. Because if you beat me, then you beat the best player in the game. They beat the second best team in the World Cup.
I mean, didn't Mexico beat Saudi Arabia?
They did.
Oh,
Saudi Arabia beat Argentina.
Okay. So we had this iconic moment. The Messi golazo right here, as you can see. This is Messi dunking on what's it called? On Mexico. As always, you know, just like having them for kids. You see this.
I was actually right here. When that happened, I was at a Mexican restaurant, so I was just around me like, damn, like everyone got mad.
And you know, Argentina Argentina did say the most difficult team for them to play in the World Cup was Mexico, and statistically, the team that that took them the longest to score on was Mexico too. So
yeah, see, but that's just because it was the second game, it was pressure.
Just wait till 2026.
Yeah,
Mexico will show out. Hopefully,
Mexico will show up. Alex, clown
Mexico
takes another clown take that I want to show. Because this guy said Mexico are going to do something in the 2026 World Cup. So,
no, I actually will agree with that, just because I'm not saying they're going to win it, but I think they will get further, because if you look at Mexico, they have a really good under 20 team, and they have a really good youth system. They have a lot of good young players up and coming, and I feel like a major problem in Mexico the last 2 World Cups was that they had an aging squad and a lot of players that really shouldn't have been there. But honestly, if they get the right players and the right coach, I could see Mexico making round 16 and quarters even.
Exactly. It was all Tata's fault.
It's all Tata's fault.
He was Argentinian. He did it on purpose to throw for Messi.
Throw it for Messi. Yeah, excuses.
Yeah, man. It's only a 7-game tournament, right?
So only 7-game tournament, the most prestigious tournament in the entire world. Since the conception of the tournament is now reduced to 7 games, just because Messi has won it, of course, the goal. But guys, now that Messi is going to be leaving PSG, where do you guys think he's going? Because the thing of Barcelona is that Barcelona are waiting for La Liga to give the go ahead for their viability plan. The Javier Tebas has called Lionel Messi, saying hey, we're getting it worked. The plan we're ironing out the details, and we should give Barca the go ahead by the end of this week. And so Messi has given an ultimatum to Barca as well, saying hey, for next week I need a decision, because Messi doesn't want the same situation to be happening, a repeat of what happened in 2021, basically, where he's getting the renewal, he signs in everything, but it doesn't go ahead, and Messi's just basically screwed at the end of the summer, and he's scrambling for clubs. So Messi wants to basically have his entire summer plans finished today. So that's the situation. And Messi also has received a 1.2 billion offer from Al Hilal from Saudi Arabia for 2 years. That's an insane amount of money that Messi is being offered. So where is Messi going to go next?
He's gonna go to Stoke and do it there on a cold rainy night.
All right.
He's beating the Stoke allegations.
He's beating the Stoke allegations. But wait, here. Another thing. There are some rumors about Inter Miami being interested in Messi. They would sign Messi, but loan him to Barcelona. Loan him to Barcelona for I believe 6 to 18 months. So Messi is able to stay in Barcelona, but I don't even know if that's going to want to happen, because I don't know if Messi would even want to come to the MLS.
I don't know.
Where's Messi going?
Look, okay, so the way I see it, financially, if he just care about the money, he'd go to the Habibi League.
Habibi League,
and it's honestly
the Camels League.
He will go to the Camels League, but he's shown that that's not his main interest, because if it were really like that, he would have signed already, since the transfer rumors happened. Yeah. So it's not his main concern. I do think he wants to go to Barca, but he's also he's at that point where he was already hurt by the board, and he couldn't get what he wanted. So I feel like he doesn't really trust the Barca board has changed somewhat since he left. But I do think that he's still very hesitant to sign, because he doesn't know how certain it will be that it will all go through, and that he'll get the right price. And again, I don't think money is the main concern for him. He's one of the richest people, one of the richest athletes, and one of the richest persons in the world. So honestly, I don't think money is his main issue, but I do think if Saudi Arabia offers him enough money and Barcelona doesn't do enough, he's going to go there for sure.
Okay.
It's a long shot, but I really hope he goes back. He goes and tries Man City. It would be awesome if he could go to
okay. For a second, I thought you were going to say MLS. I was going to say there's no shot.
No, it's a long shot, but I really hope he goes to Premier League. I really want him to play for Man City.
No. But you're right, because I do want to see him in Manchester City. Imagine Messi feeding Haaland those passes, De Bruyne and Messi feeding.
De Bruyne and Messi, a link up with Haaland would be
exactly
an catastrophe.
And just to have Messi, for example, say put to bed another set of like rumors or anything. Just like Messi can't do it in the Prem, whatever.
But that's gotta be the most stupid argument that I've seen Prem fans use, and it's
so
mainly the United fans, the United fanboys.
Yeah,
that also love Ronaldo.
The old Ronaldo fans.
It's the old Ronaldo fans that watched him playing like 2008. Like, yes, don't get me wrong, Ronaldo is the second best player of all time. He was great in the Prem.
I mean, like, can you really be the second best player of all time without World Cup?
No, I mean, I think he can. You don't gotta win all the trophies to be considered all time great. If it was like that, then Danny
international flop.
Okay,
I mean,
but if you're
zero goals, 0 assists.
Hold up.
Stages.
If you're gonna make that argument, then Carvajal is probably a better right back than Zanetti because he's won more UCLs.
But Zanetti has won the Champions League.
Okay,
he's won one. Like he has at least some success. He has some success.
Okay,
Ronaldo has like
the most.
But then
Argentina fan.
I'm saying
no, but listen, I'm not done. I'm not shitting on Zanetti. I love him as a player. I'm just giving you an example. I think Ronaldo's the second best of all time. But going back to my point, it's all the United fanboys that love Ronaldo saying Messi could never do it in the Prem. But that's just not true. Messi, whenever he's faced English teams in European competitions, he's scored on them. He's Manchester United's dad. Mm-hmm. He did back-to-back UCLs against them. Well, not back-to-back, but both times that he faced them, he completely destroyed United. So I don't know where this is coming from.
Ripped apart Arsenal.
Oh, Arsenal too, and City. I remember.
And Manchester City, like where are you hiding, bro? Where are you hiding?
City too, and Chelsea as well.
Yeah, and Chelsea. Yeah, and Chelsea. That's true.
So honestly, it's a stupid thing. But if he does go to City, though, that's gotta be the strongest team I can think of in recent years.
Yeah, you know what? I would definitely like Messi to go to Manchester City just because I know it'd be like guaranteed trophies. But at the same time, I would love to see him at Barcelona. The thing is,
go ahead.
No, I know that, for example, Messi he's motivated by money, because if he's motivated by money, he would have already signed for Al Hilal. It's that simple. Messi wants to remain in Europe. He wants to still win trophies because he is competitive. He's a competitive monster. He wants to win trophies, but he also wants to have that farewell, that dream farewell at Barcelona. Barcelona is his club. His family loves there. His wife loves it there. The kids love it there. There's also been a rumor that Messi has enrolled his kids in a Barcelona school in the fall. So that gives credit to the rumors of Messi returning to Barcelona. I think the most likely option is that Messi is going to return to Barcelona. However, I would love him to see it. I would love it for Messi to go to Manchester City, for example. Maybe then later, after 2 or 3 years, he's winding down his career, for him to go maybe to MLS, Inter Miami, and just like spend like the final year of his career at MLS. But that's basically my take.
No, go ahead, Rick. I think you're going to say something.
I was going to say, I think the Barca dream is done. Like, they built around Messi so much when he was there that when he left, it collapsed. The whole club collapsed. Like it was bad. And now they've built so well without him, to include him back again, it's just gonna be way too awkward. I don't know. I don't think it will work out for them at the end.
I feel like from our point of view, like I get where you're coming from, and that's completely valid. But I feel like from our point of view, we just see him more like Xavi has nowhere to fit him.
Wait, what do you mean?
I feel like we would think that. Sorry, I had to mute myself for a second because someone was calling me. But yeah, I feel like the way we see it, we think Xavi can't fit him into the squad because maybe there's no like place for him in the cam role, or maybe not in the wing. But I feel like Xavi as a coach is smart enough to be able to fit Messi into the system.
Yeah, I mean, Xavi has basically said he has a plan for Messi and he would like to make it work. And I think that Messi is still a quality player. Like Messi, he's still going to be very quality. There's been many times throughout the season where Barcelona haven't been able to create enough chances. Barcelona are very poor offensively, and they've had to rely on that defense. How many games have we had like grindy 1-0 results?
Yeah, that's true.
And another thing that we've been missing is just talent. This team does not have enough talent to be at the very top.
I disagree with that. I'm gonna disagree with that because I think we definitely have the talent.
Okay. Which world-class players do we have in this team? Which players are differential makers? are difference makers.
Robert Lewandowski,
Go,
Pedri.
go completely go some big games.
Okay, well, but you're talking about overall. You can't. I mean, yeah, this season. Okay, we want to talk about this season. Ronald Araujo,
Okay.
Osman,
He's been injured at the very start of the season.
Osman Dembele.
Injured.
Yeah, but he was important. We saw how bad we played without him. Same with Pedri.
Injured.
And I will make the same argument for. I was gonna say Balde, but I'll probably make that same argument for Ter Stegen the way he played this season.
Yeah. See, okay. See, I completely agree with you. Those guys, they can be difference makers. But the thing is that if they're injured, we have no difference makers. And this is like the biggest difference between for us and for Manchester City, for example.
The other thing is,
look at today. Gundogan had Haaland completely ghosted, like he does in big games, and you have Gundogan pop up with 2 key goals. You know, we need quality depth. Messi adds that. Messi adds the talent that this team needs. For example, if Pedri is injured, you just add Messi in there. It's that simple.
That's true. I mean, Messi's also a player that, passing wise, he's got a great range of passing, but also we tend to forget, especially now because he's older. But he's a player that can still dribble very well and carry the ball well for the team and get into dangerous situations for the defense. And he's a player that also attracts 2 defenders at times, maybe 3, because they want to stop him. So that also frees up space for other players. But we'll see.
They're right. You're right. But all right, guys. Just final thoughts on the Messi situation. And any final thoughts that you guys have?
I think he's coming to Barca.
Coming to Barcelona, Ricky?
I just really hope he goes to Man City, but I actually do think he's going back to Barca.
You know, I think the exact same thing. I think he is going to Barcelona. I would love him at Manchester City, for example. Like I would love to see him there, final year on the Pep or something. But guys, that was it for today's episode. We just gave you the latest on the Lionel Messi situation. He is leaving PSG. That is confirmed. He has a 1.2 billion offer from Al Hilal. His return to Barcelona is dependent on La Liga giving Barcelona the go-ahead. Messi has given Barcelona an ultimatum just until next week. We'll give you guys an update when Lionel Messi makes his decision or when Barcelona gets the go-ahead for that viability plan. But guys, I really hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. Remember, like, subscribe, and comment. Follow us on our social media platforms. All of them are at Kool-Aid Podcast 10. And guys, remember, if you guys want to listen to our videos in audio in podcast format, just go to Apple Podcast or Spotify Podcast, and then you'll be able to basically hear us there. But guys, as always, like, subscribe, and comment. We'll see you guys all in the next episode.